Take a view. All right. All right, guys. So thank you so much for getting on tonight. I'm super excited just because Miss Hardy is up here and going to shed some great knowledge to us. And I'm really just excited just to hear from someone new other than just from Alina's downline. So, of course, the first question is, how did you find out about It Works, and what were you doing before you started?
Okay, so hi guys. My name is Andrea. So hello. Before I started It Works, I was a benefit education specialist. I was like a Jamaican, y'all. I was working like 3 jobs. I was a single mom. I was engaged and I worked like 3 jobs. So my main job was a benefit education specialist. So I was helping people enroll in health plans because it's important to have a health coverage, things of that nature. So it was pretty good. I got bonuses and I thought I was like, cool, this is great, right? And then on PRN, I was a health consultant. So I went and helped people make different plans as far as all around health. So stress level, eating properly, importance of exercise, importance of just mental health, importance of, just all aspects of health. So pretty much just helping people, right? That was so cool. It was a PRN, so I could just pick up extra hours. So I was doing that. And then the other one was I was an MOA. So I was always in and out, like between the hospital to the doctor's offices. So on Sundays, you made an extra $1 for coming in. So I was like, oh, I need an extra $1. So I was in on Sundays, making that extra money. And so I thought it was pretty cool, but I was still broke. I realized that my debt was like ridiculous compared to what I was bringing in. It just wasn't amounting to anything. And I ran across It Works on Facebook. And so on Facebook, I just ran one day. I was just seeing somebody posting and I seen her talking about these wraps. And I'm just like, okay, what is this? And the results were amazing. Okay. They were amazing. And then I seen somebody with hair, skin, and nails. And I'm really big into hair and my hair, skin, and nails. And so I was like, let me look a little bit deeper into this. Right. And so she was just like, I'm a single mom and I, wanted to pay for my extra money for my kid to go to school. She was like, all I wanted is extra $500. And that just rang a bell to me because my daughter was in private school too. She was in competitive cheer, competitive dance, and private school. So y'all just imagine just having life bills on top of that extra that you do for your children, right? And so I was just like, man, if I could just have an extra $500, like I need that, right? And so without a doubt, I kind of looked into it really quick. And I seen that it was all natural. It was in health. That was in my degree. My bachelor's degree is in community health education. So it was just like, man, this is a fit. Maybe this is something, but I just needed extra $500. Like that's where my mind was set at. So that's what I was doing prior to It Works. And I found it on social media on Facebook.
Wow, that's a lot that you were doing. And then to even be, single mom at the time. So that's a lot. Okay, so my second question was, what does a day in the life of Andrea look like?
Oh, okay. So you guys, if I don't have my planner, I'm lost. If I don't have things written down, I'm lost. And so I'm a big person. I have to write things down or I won't remember, or I have to sometimes set a reminder alarm clock. I know some of you guys might have kids, but once you start having kids, I think the pregnant brain just doesn't come back and bring you back all your brain cells. So I am a big person of writing things down. So the day in life of me is I get up and do personal development. It's about discipline. So we have to have self-discipline. So I self-develop at 6 o'clock in the morning prior to my kids getting up. So when I first get up, I'm reading a book and I'm listening to a podcast all morning, whether I'm commuting in the car, whether I'm getting their stuff ready, I have a podcast going. So that way I'm still self-developing as I'm doing things to prepare for the day. 6 o'clock is my rise, no matter what time I go to bed, no matter what. It's a self-discipline thing, I still got to get up and do what I got to do. I like to feed my mind before I talk to anybody on my team, before I post anything. I have to feed my day with positivity. I have to feed my mind with affirmations in the morning before we go. That's another part of my day. I incorporate my kids. I have them speaking self-affirmations. My daughter is 11 and my son is 4. And so guess what? We're all dreaming together. You're seeing mommy do this. So guess what? You're going to speak self-affirmations too, because this starts with you now. I need to instill that in them now that they can do so much. So speaking those self-affirmations out loud. So we kind of go over some things and we speak those self-affirmations. It depends. Now, if I have a day that I know I'm busy, I'm not going to overload myself with a lot of things to do as far as business. That's the beauty of the business, right? So you can move things around during the daytime. If you know you got appointments, or if you know you got to go somewhere for your kids, then I'm going to spread it out and move it around to like times where they're doing something, they're already busy, and then I can just have time to be working on my phone, or sometimes if I put them to bed, guess what, I'm taking a late night shift just because today I didn't really get to do a lot of hands-on things except post. So it just varies from day to day. A lot of times I like to, if I have a busy day like that and I know I have like a doctor's appointment, or if I got to be at their school or something like that, I try to hit a power hour. My power hours usually consist of messaging, following up with people, really commenting and building that relationship. So commenting and liking on people's posts, building that conversation, building that trust, and really just being genuine, just being me, letting them see me. It's not really scripted. It's really just Andrea being Andrea. Right. And so as I'm doing that and as I'm filling them out, I'm kind of filling them out as, how can I help this person? That is my thing in my mind. How can I really help this person? And so whatever the conversation need be is, you can figure out how you can help somebody with just conversation. You'll be surprised. So that, and then a lot of times, I like to get out and blitz. I have to at least blitz 5 people a day. So that's 5 new contacts. And every week, that's building every day. So you're not overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, I got to talk to 12 people. Oh my gosh, I got to talk to all these people. So I try to break it down to at least 5 new people. So whenever I go somewhere and I exchange money, somebody's going to have my coupon. Right. And I try to keep that rule of thumb. Not even just that, but just getting out and like, even if I got to go window shop and act like I'm buying something, because a lot of times y'all can go out and blitz and be spending money. I'll be like, I don't need to spend money every time I go somewhere, right? So you can just go out and blitz and just share, just making it a point to be like, okay, before I leave Target, I need to talk to 5 different people. Like that's what I hold myself to. And guess what? We do it. If I got to have my baby strapped on me, guess what? We out together. We're going to find somewhere to go today. That's what we're going to do. So, and then sometimes we do a scavenger hunt. Sometimes on Sundays, I'll send out a scavenger hunt for my team, and they can do this anytime within the week. They just have to find these things to kind of help them kind of be on a hunt. So that makes them have to get out and talk to people. That makes them have to make that contact. That makes them have to get that phone number and just develop that relationship. So a scavenger hunt is really good because it can revolve around any type of lifestyle. Like it's super, and it's fun. It's kind of, it is fun. So doing a scavenger hunt is pretty much what we do during the week. But I am a big list person. I have to have it on my calendar. I kind of put time slots by them, so that way I'm disciplined with my time, because as a mom, sometimes you can get thrown off on time. And so discipline is really, really big. So that's the life and day of me.
Yeah, I like those scavenger hunts. It's funny because Alina had did one time before, and it was like really fun. It was kind of like a blitz challenge too.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like, it really got all of the team excited. We did that like a while back, but you won a prize and more blitz cards. So I was like, oh yeah, I need to start doing that.
Yeah.
Especially once I deliver and just kind of am able to go out. Okay, so for my third question, how was the journey to Triple Diamond? And how has it changed your family's life?
Wow. Okay. So I started this business March 31st, 2015, guys. And so when I came in, my mindset was just $500. I didn't see longevity in this company. I didn't see where I was going to be at. I didn't see me being here in a year. I just knew I needed extra $500 because I was a struggling mom. And I was just broke in between paychecks. And so that's all I seen. So my first month I promoted to executive and I made $750 in Wrap Cash. My second month I went right to Ruby and I made another $800 in Wrap Cash. And then next thing a month on Emeralds, I went Emerald in June. So I promoted like back to back to back, right? And then after that on Emerald, I was making like another $750 a Wrap Cash plus that Emerald check, right? And so I was like, gosh, if I could do this, I could do more. If I could do this, I can do more. And so it was just doing the same thing, just getting out, talking to everybody, getting that rap on people. Like that was my thing. I was partying every weekend. I was partying every day. It didn't even matter. Like one person, 2 people, 20 people. It didn't matter. Like I was just partying, like more belly to belly. I like belly to belly because you can be more, I don't know, you just feel the vibe. You can really feel somebody out and it can be more personable. So I kind of like belly to belly more because I am yellow, but I am red. but I am blue. So I feel like I'm a little bit of every, I'm not too much of a green, not too much, but but I'm more so of those three colors. So just being in people's space and really figuring out how I can help people, that's just kind of how I do it. So guys, I got to Emerald in June in my first year, and I sat at Emerald all the way until January. The reason why I sat at Emerald, guys, is because my team decided they wanted to quit. They decided it wasn't for them. They said it was too hard. They weren't getting people. They were just tired. It was every excuse in the book to why they needed to keep going, right? And so they quit. And I had one side that just kept going. So she ended up passing me. Like, she kept going. At that time, my mindset was not ready for what God had in store for me, because I came in for extra $500. Not to mention, guys, along that journey, as I was promoting, guess what? My plan A job, that my benefit education specialist, that was a salary plus bonuses, they let me go. They eliminated my position, and my plan B became my plan A. I had no choice. There was no other options. I had to work this business. So at that point, I was devastated, because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? These people quit. Like, I have to, and I was like, gosh, I was like right here to Diamond. And you mean to tell me I got to start all over? Like, I was devastated. Like, my mind could not handle it. And I sat at Emerald, and my checks started dwindling backwards, because I sat and I could not get over myself. I could not figure out why they quit on me. And I thought they quit on me. Like, that was my mindset. They quit on me, and what did I do wrong? Am I not giving them enough? Like, that's what my mindset was. And then I sat. And guess what? I had to end up picking up a job, right? I had a job for a month, right? I figured out that this was not a place where I wanted to be. It was taking up my time. I didn't even have money to pay for daycare. I didn't have money to barely even survive. My checks after every 2 weeks, and I have a bachelor's degree. I was so overworked, underpaid, y'all. It was ridiculous. Like, I think my checks every 2 weeks was like $1,000 after taxes. Where they do that at? Like, what can you buy with that? Like, nothing. With all those responsibilities you have plus debt, Sally Mae, when you pay her $200, $300, you like, wait a minute, Sally, we got to hold up here. Like, I can't give you that. So that happened. And guess what? I jumped out on faith in November, and I said, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I'm going to work for myself, because I'm working too hard for you and making nothing. Whereas I can work for myself, and I can make this in no time. So I was just like, you know what, God, you're trying to show me something. And that's when I woke up. I think that was the time that I really woke up, and I said, you know what, this is a new door. And he took me through this door for a reason. And I said, I refuse to be sitting here again next year. Like, I'm not going to be here. That was when Christmas time was there, guys. I was in credit card debt because I was swiping. Y'all, I had literally coins in my account. I didn't even have money to make Christmas happen. Like, I had coins in my account. I was in the negative sometimes and had coins. Like, that was how bad it was. It got rough, but nobody knew, because I never talked about it. I never said anything. Nobody knew. I never borrowed anything. I just was kind of to myself, and I was like, okay, Annie, we're going to figure this out. But I stepped out on faith, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be here. So January, the conference came in January. That was the first conference since I've been in the business. Guess what? I couldn't go because I had coins in my account. I couldn't get there. So all the team went, and they went there, and they came back on fire. And I just happened to catch that fire when they came back. And the thing was like, I needed it more than worrying about the people that stopped. Like, I needed it more, right? And so January, I built my whole team back to Diamond. And guess what? I went Diamond and got that double Diamond bonus in February. Then I went and turned around by my anniversary date and went double Diamond and got another bonus. And my husband went Diamond, and I got that bonus too. So that was like $60,000 of bonuses right there. And guess what? I was paying for a wedding. I ended up paying for that wedding in cash. I ended up having my dream dress and custom design like I wanted it. And guess what? I paid out $25,000 of credit card debt. So I got over myself really fast. And I said, you know what, God, I'm trusting you. I'm just going to do the work, and I'm not going to doubt you. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm not going to worry about it. And guess what? He worked it out. He worked it out. And so March, by my anniversary date, I was a double. And then March all the way to October, that same year, I went triple. And so that journey to triple, it was crazy. It was crazy. The girl that she passed me, and I caught back up. So it was like she passed me, my girl that was in my front line, she ended up passing me. She promoted diamond before me, and I turned around and went diamond in February. And guess what? We both went double in March together. So it didn't matter. I was like, I need this. So I didn't care. Like I couldn't even look left, look right. So what? She passed me. It didn't even matter. Like I was just having my head down, and I was like, I got to do this for me, right? So that's crazy. And so and when I went triple in October, I didn't get a bonus, but I didn't care. I didn't care about the bonus. Our compensation plan is so sick, y'all. Y'all can make your own checks of your bonuses. Like y'all can make your own bonus checks. A year into this business, I was making 5 figures a month. So in March, one year, I was making 5 figures a month. Crazy. Triple diamond, making almost presidential diamond checks. Like that's sickening. Like I was like, this is crazy. Like we can do this, right? And guess what, guys? Every new level is new devils. So it got harder. It got harder. There was more things, and life is going to happen. It's going to come at you, but you have to be willing to, it's how you going to react to it when it comes to you. That's what it is. So my journey to triple was crazy. It was ups and downs, lots of tears, lots of late nights, lots of sacrificing, lots of sacrificing. Like it just depends on how bad you wanted it. Like, and I needed it. Like I had no other choice. I had no other income. I couldn't go back and work for somebody else and pay for stuff because I wouldn't be able to pay for it. So it was a waste of my time. And so therefore I had to believe in me, and I had to believe in God. So that's when my spiritual belief got much stronger with him. So that was my journey to triple.
Wow.
And so so that again, I'm sorry. My family. It changed our life, completely changed our life. My daughter is in competitive dance and cheer. So y'all, that's expensive. That's like a mortgage payment. Okay. So she was able to go ahead, and I was able to register her for conventions that were like, she went to the one in LA and it was $800 just to register. And I was able to drop that money with no worry. Like anytime before, I would have had to just scrape and scrap and go out and do this job and try to do somebody's eyebrows and doing some makeup over here. I mean, like every odds and ends that I could do, try to scrape and make things work. But getting out there with those reps and just making it happen, I didn't even have any hesitation of changing, like paying for it. So that's how I went.
That is definitely a story for sure. Because it's funny because I sat at Emerald for the longest time too. So that is just crazy just to hear, just being stagnant in the business, but then just hearing something and just exploding. So thank you for that. That was a great
You're welcome.
testimony. Okay, so the next question I had was consistency. So how have you been so consistent just having a baby? What tips do you have for those that say they don't have the time?
Consistency is key, y'all. Like it's super key. And so with like taking me back to the month, like when I fell off and I stopped doing, I fell backwards. So just think about it. When you guys are going through things and you stop being consistent, think about it as you're so much closer to your breakthrough happening. And the fact that you stop, you fall back and you start over. Like you have to be consistent. No matter if you're tired, no matter if you want to give up, you have to keep going, because you have to know these babies are watching. These babies are watching. They watch what you do, and you don't want to make it acceptable for them not to give up. So consistency is key. It's consistency for you, for your business, but it's consistency for them to keep seeing you working hard, for you breaking your back and doing things that you got to do and figuring out what your passion is and just things like that. So just having a baby, now I'm a mother of 3. It's totally different. A new baby in the house. So when she sleeps, I try to work more. When she was nursing, when I was breastfeeding, she was over here and my phone was in my hand. I was on calls, it didn't matter. I was still scheduling them. I just had that baby and I was out there like, you still working? I had her in the hospital and I was on the phone working. Like, yeah, we working. I got paid to be here. Right. So like, I got to work. So it just comes down to how bad you want it, y'all. Like, how bad do you want it, why you want it, and what's going to stand in your way of what you're going to get there. You know the how to get there, but you got to figure out your why. Why do you want it? How bad do you want it? What's going to stand in that way for you? And you have to just adjust. You have to adjust. And I would say just being disciplined in yourself with writing things down, really sticking to your time schedules. Don't be a procrastinator. Like that is it's so bad. Like it's so bad. And I think a lot of us have different weaknesses like time management and things like that. Those are all tests for you guys to get in order, for you guys to be more self-sufficient with everything. And guess what? Once you're starting to do things with lists and you're able to mark things off, everything else in your life falls in line because you're able to prioritize things. What's most important for my day? If I don't do nothing else, what is the most important thing I need to do today? And guess what? You need to pat yourself on the back. You be like, girl, you knocked that list out. You did that. Like you did that. Even though this laundry ain't get done, but I did that today. Like you have to be like that. And you have to be your own cheerleader of your consistency. So when you're consistent, you have to give yourself a pat on the back. Like you have to be your own cheerleader. And so until you guys find that rock star, be your own rock star. That's all I got to say about that. So what tips for this? You have time. If you can pee on the pot, you got time. If you got to go poop on the pot, you got time. When people are sleeping, it's just about sacrifice. You got time. You got 10 minutes here. You got 20 minutes there. You got 30 minutes here. Look, y'all just knocked out 40 minutes, an hour, 50 minutes right there. And it just didn't have to do it in one setting. So strategize your day. On Sundays, I like to look at my whole week and see what do I have coming up. Okay, this day is going to be really busy. This day's going to be really busy. So I know I can't schedule all this. So that means this day I need to chart and get that done. This day I'm going to work on declines. This day I'm going to work on, every day is messaging and stuff. But the busy things, I try to do it when I have more of a time that I can block out. And so you have time. We make time for what we make time for. Again, it comes back to priorities, sacrifice, and how bad do you really want to change your life? That's all it comes down to. So.
Yes, I love that. Just like how Kayla just said it, you have to be your own rock star. And yes, that is true. Like I know so many times where I'm like praying, for someone to understand this business and run with me, but you really do have to be your own rock star to really kind of even bring someone like that into your business.
Yes.
All right. And then, so this, I guess I meant to put 5, but
okay.
how do you build your business successfully? Like, what are just some great ways that you've seen that has worked, whether working online or, I know you did say belly to belly earlier, but just how do you build your business successfully?
Okay, so one thing I'm going to say is everybody has to start with the mindset. Your mindset is everything, you guys. So your mindset is like, when you go meet people, don't be like, well, I need to go look for this loyal. This girl, I'm going to close this loyal. I'm going to close this distributor. No, you need to look at that person as, how can I help her? Which way can I help her? How can I build this genuine relationship? And guess what? It's going to turn into more. But you have to look at the people as a person. Don't look at them as this is an LC or that's a potential DT. Like you have to look at them as people and be truly genuine, because people can smell bull crap from a mile away. Okay. And so they can see when you're not genuine. They can see when your heart ain't right. They can see it. And so you have to just be you. Another thing I would say, personal development is so big. And once I figured that out, I think things started to work better. And it took me a while to figure it out. It took me a while that it took my mindset. Like it was all in my mind. Like that was crazy. A couple books, in recommendations. So Get Over Your Damn Self is really good. Developing a Leader Within You. Compound Effect. Another one was, let me see, I got a whole bunch of them, y'all. It's crazy. This one is the Chase the Lion, and another big one. Let me see if I took my tongue. It was a good one. You're a Badass. You're a Badass. That was a good one too. And then there was another one. It was really good. It was just read some spiritual books too. I Am Number 8. Spiritual books. I Am Number 8. Because your mind has to be spiritually intact. You have to be able to give your time to God. You have to be able to spiritually, connect with him. Like, it really is true, because, you know, once you're spiritually connected with him, y'all know when you're weak, he's your strength. And so when people leave, bye, I'm all right. You know, somebody else is going to come through and want the situation. When you're ready, come back. I'll help you. That's how you look at it, you know? And so that was another one. And then patience. You have to find patience in this. This is a build. This is not an overnight success. This is not a 2-day, 1-month success. So for these people that you guys are seeing on social media that are rocking it out and going diamond in 90 days, 30 days, like, don't compare your journey to their journey. Just be inspired. Be inspired by them. But don't compare. Don't get caught in the comparison, because everybody's journey is going to be different. And so when you build your business, build it the way that you're supposed to build it, because you know why? We are all different. We all have different gifts. And so when you're building this business, just do you. Figure out what your strengths are. There's another one. It's called, it's a book called like The 5 Strengths or something like that, something about strengths, and it'll help you identify your strength. So I'm big. I like belly to belly. Social media is pretty good. You know, I get social media, but people don't really like them. You know, I get a lot more distributors liking than other people, but guess what? They be in their inbox. You know what I'm saying? So they watch. So social media is good. Instagram is good, but I like more personable. So like, I like to meet with people. I like to be face to face with people. That's just me. But it just depends on what your strength is. So my thing would say, figure out what your strength is and run with it. Your strengths. So if you're strong at presentations, do more parties. If you're strong at, you know, being in the presence of people, be more belly to belly. You know, if you're really strong and you have a great following on social media, to keep going. Don't reinvent your wheel. You have a strength for a reason. You have to tap into it and just utilize it. So just because so-and-so is really good at this, so-and-so is good in that, figure out what is Andrea good at? What am I really good at? What am I really great at, to where like I'm comfortable and it's working for me? Like, do what's working for you, and everything will fall in place and things will be successful. But again, consistency is going to be the key with what you're great at. So, yeah.
Ooh, thank you. And I definitely heard. I read You Are a Badass, but I definitely just saw I Am Number 8. I said, you know, I need to get that. That was my line number. I need to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So the last one was just, can you share 3 big tips? I know you've already kind of shared a whole bunch of tips with us, but just 3 big tips that you kind of either tell yourself or you just feel like you know, you want to share with us.
Okay. So one big thing is that we can be impatient. We can be so impatient because here we are, we're wanting this promotion. We're wanting to go to the next level. But guess what? We haven't done what we were supposed to do at the level we are at. We haven't appreciated what we have been given at the level that we are at. So he's not going to bless you with more until you can appreciate where you're at. And so I just want to say, sometimes we are impatiently waiting on God, but God is really waiting on us. Right? He's waiting on us to level up to where we need to be. So if you're sitting at this rank for some reason, be the highest paid rank of that, be the highest paid ruby or the highest paid emerald or the highest paid diamond until your time to level up to that next level. That's really big, because patience is hard, because we want it so bad. We want to get to that next level. We want to, and it's just not our time. It's not his timing for us. And you know, guys, it ain't our time, because if it was our time, we would have been like, you know, come on, let's go. We all would have been black diamonds by now. Okay. So it is his timing. And so just really be patient, and stop being impatient and, you know, waiting on him, because he's really waiting on us. So really dig into your spiritual development with him, really take that time with him, and really, when you're praying, pray specifically, like pray specific. Don't go broad about, I just want to pray for my team. No, I want to pray for the strengths of my team for X, Y, and Z, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, be specific with that prayer, so he knows this is where I'm working at. This is where I'm working to be better at, you know, show me what else I need to do, and, you know, to get better, to do your plan for me. That would be a big one. Another one would be stop expecting a harvest when you know you didn't sow no seeds. Stop expecting it. Like, stop expecting it, because a lot of times we'll be like, I did the work, and it don't happen, and then you be like, you mad because, you know, the rain comes, and guess what? Them seeds ain't even popping because you didn't do enough. or that's another thing. You might not have did enough. You'd be thinking like, oh, I reached out to 10 people here, 10 people there. Like, no, baby, you need to reach out to 50. Like every day I'm sending like 50 plus messages. That's my goal every day, is sending 50 plus messages, because within that 50, I can at least get 2 yeses. I can at least get 2 yeses. So that's what you have to do. You have to kind of set your goal and say, you know what, let me reach out to more people. And how many more people can I help? How many more lives can I change? So really be consistent with your sowing. And if there's ever a time where you're not promoting, you have to always keep sowing, y'all. Harvest is always going to come. And there's always going to be up and down seasons in a business. And you just have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. And again, that goes back to appreciating where you are and being thankful for, even if it's just an extra $250 in your account. You didn't have it before. If if it was just an extra $500 or $750, talk about what that did for you. Like, that was amazing. That's a big thing. So that is crazy. Keep yourself surrounded by inspiration. Keep yourself, getting to these events, meeting new people. You guys got Sideline Sisters on here, but meet some more people. I have a lot of faces I haven't seen you guys before, but I can't wait to meet you guys in person. Like, see new people. We see a lot of the same popular people, but there's so many more people that have gifts, guys. And so that was the next thing. We all have gifts. And that's what I was telling my team. We all have gifts. We all have strengths. And I would say, God, we have the gift that keeps on giving. And the thing is, we are all chosen to be here, whether for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And so never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. Okay, in this business, because a lot of times we can get into our emotions and we get into our fifis real quick, and we can't get over ourselves, and we just be stuck. And guess what? Because we can't get over that, He's not going to bless us, because He's like, child, you are so much more intelligent than what that is. That was just a test to show you that you can get through that and that you can trust me to get you through that, but you failed. So again, He's going to keep giving you more tests and guys, more levels. So if you're Ruby, guess what? Life is going to happen. If you're going Emerald, Diamond, Triple Diamond, everything, life is going to continue to happen. And new levels, new devils, it's going to have more stuff. Going to be more stuff happening. The higher you go, I'm telling you, the more stuff is going to happen. And your mind has to be ready, your heart has to be ready, and you just have to keep going no matter what. There's going to be storms, y'all. There's going to be so many storms. There were so many storms through my journey too, so many storms of losing family members and different things, but you had to keep your eyes on Him. This was a test to see how strong you're going to be. And He gave us all a gift, and all our gifts are different. And I was telling my team, I said, this gift is not for you. We're blessed, right? We're blessed to be a blessing. But guess what? That blessing was not for us. It was to be given. So open your mouth. Share what these amazing products are doing for you. No matter if it's a little bit or a lot of bit. Share. Just talk about it. Use the products. Fall in love with the product. And just have fun. Y'all build these genuine relationships. Really, really connect with those around you that are going in higher places. Look at the 5 people you surround yourself with. Are those people are they forcing you to level up, or they kind of bring you down? Like, you got to let them people go. Doesn't mean you ain't got to stop being friends, but that means you need to distance yourself so that way you can elevate to another level. Because He's trying to change you for a reason. He's building you into the person that He wants you to be. A lot of us started this business and we I'm going to be this person and this is me. And I'm just telling y'all, from when I started this business, I am not the same Andrea I was 3.5 years ago. And I'm not the same Andrea I was a month ago. And so that comes from personal development. That comes from feeding your mind every day. That comes from waking up and saying, you know what, Andrea, you are worthy. You are worthy of this. You are worthy of ambassador. You can be an ambassador diamond. You know what I'm saying? You can teach other people how to do this and how it's going to work for them. You just have to speak that life into yourself, y'all. You have to speak that life into yourself. And if you see somebody getting off track, if you got a sideline sister, I'd be like, hey, boo, remember you started this for X, Y, and Z? Let's get over ourselves and let's get back on track. Don't get in your feelings about it, but you be like, girl, you right. You're right. This right here is not going to get me that couch that I need for my kids to sit on. Me being my feelings ain't going to get me that. Me being my feelings is not going to help me get out of this debt that I'm just over my head and stressed for. So you just have to look at that as a sign and really just keep the gift of giving. And once we keep that in our mind and we just know that we're giving and we're giving and we're giving, God is going to abundantly bless you for doing His work. Okay, so that's all I had to say. I know it was a lot.
Which is fine. We definitely wanted to hear this just because I think like a lot of people definitely who came in mid March to now are just kind of like, okay, what's going on? Like, why am I not getting that huge, customer base, things like that? And I was trying to tell them, I don't like to say slow seasons, but there's seasons in every business. So
There is.
just to hear that, is just great and really encouraging because this is the season personally for me where it's like personal development, training, things like that, so we can get ready for the big season. That's coming up.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, and so I wanted to just open it up for a few questions just to see if anyone had any questions, and if not, then we can end it. But just unmute yourself, guys, if you do have any questions for her before we go.
Hey, Nat, this is Latrice.
Hi.
Hey, so I like you said, everyone has a gift, and I'm more of a people person, and I've been for a year trying to do this, I guess you would say, on social media. And I've been getting, returns from people. I get likes, I get inquiries, but it's just not kicking off. So I know my strength and my goal is to get more belly to belly, be more personable, do more parties. So how did you get over that hump or set up to where you are constantly booking parties and you are getting people to commit to the parties? Like, did you set a certain location where you always met every week, or do you do it out of your home? Like, how do you get the parties jumping, I guess you could say?
Okay. Are you a blue person? Are you blue?
I'm more of that. What would you say, Net? Net always tells me what I am, but I always tell her, no, I'm not. I'm more. I'm more of that person.
Yellow.
I'm the the loyal person. I'm the one who I question things. I have to research. I'm that person. Yeah.
Okay, so you got some green in you then.
Yeah, I got some green, but
You got
they
some
swear
green
up and
then.
down I'm all the way yellow. But
Okay, so good question. So pretty much when I was booking those parties, I was just pretty much going to my warm market and say, hey cousin, I need you to just grab at least 5 people and have something here. You ain't gotta have all that food and stuff, just have some water and just come and I'll do the rest. Like that's what I was asking. Like I was like, hey, I need you to do this for me. Like do this for me. And just having them invite people. If one person showed up, guess what? That was a 1-to-1 party. If 15 showed up, that was a party. Like it didn't matter. For people, like I would do them at their house, or sometimes I could do it in a public place. I very rarely did at my house because it was more of their houses. So I went to a lot of people's houses, and after doing a party, like I asked those people there, who's going to host this next party? Who's going to host the next party? And I'll get that confirmation at that party, and then we'll get the date set up. And guess what? I have them invite people, and guess what? I'm getting into their market, and then I'm going to get into that next person's market. I'm going to get, so that's why I just kept asking. Also with your loyal customers, ask some loyal customers to host a party for you. It can be online, it can be in person. I always say I offer a free facial or a wrap for the person that hosts a party, just as an incentive, as a thank you for just opening up your network for me to come talk to and help different people. And that's just how I roll. So also just getting out again with those blitzing, that's when you're building that relationship. So if you need more people to talk to, you need to go blitz more people. Get that blitz card in their hand and build that relationship. Be their friend on Facebook. Stay relevant in their timeline. Comment, like, just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And then you can kind of slide a party in later, but just be you, and that's how it's gonna work. But first I started with my warm market. I was like, Mom, I need you to do this. Cousin, sister, like I told everybody in my family that was just right, I need you to host them. I need you to invite at least 5 people or more. Like that's how I did it at first. And then when I just started getting strangers off blitzing, and then we just started doing it in public places and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So blitzing is the key.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I do have one or two friends. Like, I have this one girlfriend. She's good at getting people together and having a party, but I already utilized
Awesome.
her. So I'm like,
Okay.
should I use her again, or So
Get her friends. Get her friends to bring friends that came the last
mhm.
time. Get they people. There's still more, you know what I'm saying, reaching out that you could do with them, you know. Get their people to host parties.
Right.
And I try not to call it parties. I try to call it like a ladies' night. Let's have a ladies' night. Let's have a
Okay.
facial party, or let's have some wine, sip and sample, and I'll bring some wine. Like I'll even bring some wine just to have a party. Come on, let's go. You know, if you drinking tonight, you can't rap, but you can still buy it. But you can't rap tonight if you're gonna drink this wine. But yeah, like just come up with creative things. Like, you know, for fall now, you can do one like called Fall into Shape. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what you got going on. So just be creative with your titles and try not to call it rap parties and stuff like that. But
Right.
that kind of helps. So gotta get creative.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, it's Elisa.
Hi.
I have enjoyed your call tonight. My question is I just need some tips on blitzing people. I am extremely nervous with just talking. Like, I don't really know how to start off the conversation to where I'm not throwing it as, hey, I want you to buy something from me, because that's not really what I want to come across as.
Okay. So I'm more of a quiet person too. A lot of people don't know. I don't talk much. So this was really cool that you asked me to come on here, because I was like, oh God, what do I say? Like, what do I say? You know? So I'm really a quiet person myself. But as far as blitzing, you just keep it real simple. And the thing is, you have to get over yourself. You have to say, Alicia, is it Alicia? Elisa, you're going to say,
Yes.
get over yourself and share this blessing. And that's how you got to pump yourself up. You got to pump yourself up and just do it. Like, you're going to be like, girl, you finna go do this. And you just have a little party. And then you go ahead and say, excuse me, ma'am, do you like coupons? And they'll be like, yeah, I ain't never heard nobody turn down no coupon, right? So you say, do you like coupons? And she'll be like, yeah. Okay, well, let me just show you what I have. This is what it is. And then flip it over. This is what it does. It tones, tightens, and firms in little as 45 minutes. Have you heard of this? And she can be like, yes or no. And you can be like, girl, this is so amazing. Like, you need this. Like, this is like amazing. You know, if you're ever wanting to tone, tighten, and firm, this is it. You can do it from the neck below. Like, what's up? And she's gonna be like, oh my gosh. I said, this is our flagship product. We have so much more, but this is what I just wanted to show you and share with you. It's $25 to try. I got some with me now. We can go rap, take 5 minutes, and sometimes I get rap cash on the spot, because some people are like, yes, I need this, whatever, woo, woo, woo. Or, if she's like, I think about it. Okay, well, you know what? I give away free raffles every month. Can I just get your number? Can we become friends so that way I can get you in the drawing to get something free? You get their number, you're closing the loop, and you're getting their phone number, and you're getting their Facebook contact. So that's one way. So you're going to close that loop, and guess what? You're going to follow up. Your follow-up game is going to be hard. And you're going to follow up, and you're going to say maybe the next day, you can be like, oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure to meet you at blah, yada, blah. And, I look forward to talking to you and helping you change your healthy lifestyle, and leave the door open for her, right? And so leave it that way. Another way, this is what I did. This is really good too. Like, it's real good. So like, if you're going somewhere and you're like, say for instance, you see a group of people and you see a whole bunch, and you're like, okay, I don't know what to say to all these people. I don't want them to be looking at me crazy. So you'll just go up and just have a regular conversation. Ask them, do you know about, like, hey girls, I'm looking for these shoes. You guys look pretty fashionable, or whatever. Where can I get these shoes from? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll just strike up a conversation, or, I'll give them a compliment on what they have on, or, I'll ask them, if their hair is cute. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for a new beautician. Your hair is like on point. Like, where do you go? So strike up that conversation off of something of giving them a compliment, right? And then you're just going to be talking, right? And you're going to say, oh my gosh, this would be the day that I don't have my Bliss card with me. Like, I love your energy. Can I get your phone number, and I have something to send you? You're going to send her that digital Bliss card, and you're going to close the loop, and you're going to have her phone number. Do you mind that, can we stay in contact? Like, that's it. You're going to send it to her, and that's it. And again, you're going to follow up the next day. Hey girl, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for your recommendation on the hair. So even if you didn't want it, like, thank you for your recommendation. I'm going to be in contact because I might need some more help. Just be you. Like, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Even if you got them Bliss cards in your pocket, you're going to say, I forgot it, and you're going to get her number. Okay?
Okay,
You're gonna
I
say,
have another question. One more question. So whenever, okay, so like this week, I did have a rap session set up for, I think it was today at 10, and it got canceled. So how do y'all deal with that? How long do you all keep them in the contact? I mean, do you keep trying? Because this is the second time she canceled on me. So I'm kind of like, okay, I can go sell this to someone else.
Okay. For some of them people, if it's been a ongoing cancellation, you know, sometimes I'll be like, I'll call her, I'll be saying, look, girl, what is it going to do? What is it going to take for me to get this rap on you? Because you playing around. Like, I'm going to be calling her out on it. I'm be like, what's up? I know life happens, but this, you talk about you want to do X, Y, and Z. Let me rap you. It takes like 5 minutes, literally, like 5 minutes. Like, I'll call him and ask him. I'll be like, what's it going to take for me to get this on you? Like, you know, and I'll remind her why she wanted it. Because she's going to tell you why she needs it in X, Y, and Z, and you're just going to give it back to her. You know what I'm saying? You're going to say, remember you said you wanted to, like, what's up? Like, you keep on putting it off. Like, what is it going to take for me to, you know, and she's going to be like, well, I'm this and that. I mean, she's going to give you a whole story. She's going to be either I'm scared or I don't have the money. And guess what? When she don't talk about money, well, I have ways that help you get money. You know what I'm saying? If money's a struggle for you, it's going to open another segue for you. Like, it's going to open up another segue. And if it's money, you can say, you know, you could talk about that, but you could also say, how about you just get a couple of your friends together and you could try this for free. And that could possibly be some more people that you can change in lives, like right there.
Right.
Like super simple. So I still follow up. I still stay relevant in their timeline so they can see. They be like, yeah, I still see you, boo. You missed your 10 o'clock, but I still see you. Hey, you know, like still stay relevant in their timeline because most of the time they're going to come back around. Okay, girl, I'm for real serious right now. Like, I'm for real. I'm really serious. Like, they will. They will.
Thank you.
You're
that
welcome.
was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anyone else got any questions? What time is it? 10 more
I have
minutes.
a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I first of all, I thoroughly enjoyed you today. Like, you were on fire. I really feel like you were just talking to me. Like, nobody else was here. Net wasn't here. Nobody else. I really felt like you were talking to me. So thank you for what you poured.
Thank you.
You're
welcome.
One of the things that I'm kind of challenged with is closing distributors. As soon as we discuss the $99 and auto shipment, like, I have people who want to join this business and who want to, you know, commit to making money, but when it comes to them actually investing money in it, they either don't have it or there's another excuse as to why. So what do you suggest for kind of overcoming that, or kind of, you know, talking around that conversation?
Okay, so for people that, you know, that don't have the money, or they're like just kind of like when you get to the money part, the investment, you let them know this is a business. This is a business. And so, you know, investing, if you really want to change your life, $99 shouldn't be hard to come up with, because we figure out how to pay for other things when we really want it, or if it's a priority for us, you know? So if really changing your life and doing X, Y, and Z is really important to you, you're going to find that $99, whether you're going to borrow it, whether you're going to get out there and ask people, have they tried that wrap, and you're going to collect that money, that $25 pre-sold, and you're going to just, you know, cash out for your kit. So then when that comes in, you can go ahead and give them your, you know, the wraps are already sold, they're done, you know? Or, you know, they're going to find a way, like they're going to find a way. And so with that, I just kind of ask people, like, what is it that you really want? You know, this is a business. And so you have to invest. It takes a little bit to, you know, a little bit. But I like to tell people, when you come in this and you're investing $99, you're having a box of wraps that you're going to make your investment right back. You're going to make it right back. And then you're going to make some more. So therefore, you know, when you come in, you're going to make those 4 loyal customers. And you're going to run an auto ship. Now, it's just like a hot dog stand. You have to have hot dog buns. You have to have ketchup, relish, and stuff to keep a flowing hot dog stand. Like, you have to have it. It's the same thing with your business. How can you talk about something that you don't have any knowledge of, that you don't use? So you're actually getting paid to run this auto ship. You're going to make money off of you running this auto ship every month. And then a lot of times they'll be like, well, I don't have no money for auto ship. Guess what? You do. Because after you get those first 4 loyal customers, you're going to get 2 wrap rewards. That's $200 sitting waiting there to be made. And guess what? Instead of you spending that, you're going to put that back in your account and you're going to run your auto ship. You're going to let your business make business money. Stop spending your money and you know, reinvest in your business. Because before this business, you know what I'm saying, you was nickel and diamond. So let this make business money, and it's going to continue to make it for you. So when people do that, like, you just figure out the real deal. You just ask them, like, are you serious about changing your life? Like, are you serious? Like, and you just tell them when you started, hey, I didn't have an extra $99, but I wanted it so bad. I needed to make this change. And so I made it happen. And so you just kind of leave the ball in their court and go from there, because you ain't going to chase them for that 99. Like, you're not going to chase them. Let them go. Because if they really want it, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. So,
Well,
I hope that answered. Yeah.
It did. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Anyone else? Yes. All right. Well, if no one has any other questions, thank you for just coming on tonight and talking to us, and really just lifting our spirits, just coming around for this, this, I wouldn't say, what season do you call this? the back to school season, or whatever season that we call this. Just thank you for coming and kind of like giving us some insight on what you do, and we're definitely raising you on to presidential and ambassador.
Oh, thank you.
I know.
It's a work in progress. Yes, well, we're just gonna call this the end of the quarter, because it's the last quarter, y'all. October is just the last quarter of the year, so let's end the year strong, because Mark is gonna have so much stuff planned, and we just got to be prepared. So our harvest season is now, so keep sowing. So when it's time, guess what? The harvest, that rain gonna come, and that harvest is gonna blossom.
Exactly. Well, thank you, and I hope you guys have a great night. Yes. I did record this.
Thank you.
So we'll be able to do it, and I see y'all when I see y'all next Wednesday.
All right, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.